Morning, guys. How you doing? I had a rough one last night. Worked. Just getting up. I wanted to go over this video real quick. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I was just busy paying bills and getting caught up on some rest and some work. It's the primetime video where she says, I'm going to show it here in a minute. A little known recording of Dawn saying she was only 30 or 40 feet away from us when she got gone. Wait a minute. Us? She was only 30 or 40 foot away from us when she come up gone. The FBI is on to all these inconsistencies. For those of you that don't know, Hawkins County is not taking tips anymore. Only the TBI is. I'm going to guess the reason for that is not because they've got anything sideways going on or they're cutting Don a deal. I really believe now that Don has put himself in the position to have other charges within that county and within that police department that is going to be borderline, what do you call that? What is the word I'm trying to find? For conflict of interest. One case is a conflict of interest against the next case, because he did tell the judge that he was drinking and doing all this junk because he was heartbroken from Summer. But anyway, now that the county has charges against him already, I'm sure that they received 1 million calls for letting him go only after 5 or 6 hours. Oh, excuse me. And then letting him go from his violation of probation. So I'm just guessing that they are looking at it now as a conflict of interest, and to keep any further accusations at Ronnie Lawson, they've now just handed it over to the TBI. Excuse me. It's the dangers of just waking up and trying to get y'all out of video. I do believe that Ronnie Lawson told Don that he needed to get Candace back in there to do another lie detector test. And when he or she said they would only take a lie detector test for the TBI, they said, well, fine, then we'll hand this over to the TBI. I'm sure that they don't care how they get it, just so long as they get a lie detector test out of her. Sorry again. They both had guilty knowledge. They failed the part of guilty knowledge the last time. Or last 2 times, I should say. Alright, well guys, I'm just going to play this video. I'm going to roll with it. And if y'all want to do a live, just let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Love y'all.
Around the nation, 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished from her rural Tennessee home in June, setting off an Amber Alert. Her family says she was gardening in the backyard with her mother and grandmother when she went inside the house and then just disappeared. Months of searching and still nothing. We'd like to bring in former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindoffer tonight. She's been following this case and all of the complexities. Jennifer, good to see you. What stands out to you about this? Because it just seems like there are no clues. She basically just vanished.
Well, what stands out to me are the inconsistencies and the statements that have been made by the parents. They're extremely concerning. Let's start just with number one, who was really there with her when she went missing. And I say this because I found probably a very little known recording of the dad. When he says, we were only 30 to 40 feet away when she disappeared. Yet, according to the 911 operator, the mother had gone on a walk and returned, and she had disappeared. And according to another report by the mother, she herself says that she was just checking on the grandmother on a brace, and she went back within, she says, 2 to 5 minutes, and the little girl was gone. And there's more inconsistencies and unusual statements beyond that. Mm-hmm. For instance, returning...
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marty. Speaking of her in the past tense, very early on, and also very early on, saying that they truly think she is dead.
Right. And to hear from a parent when your child is missing, it is troubling. The other thing, Jennifer, is Summer's father said that his 3 other sons were taken from their home for their own safety. And he said, quote, right now it's not safe at my house. So help us read between those lines.
Well, that family has been accused, and actually there have been charges filed regarding domestic abuse by both the mother and the father historically. So this is nothing that is foreign to them in terms of neglect and other abuse issues within that family. So I don't think it's of any surprise, and I think he basically summed it up pretty succinctly.
And real quick, Jennifer, I only have about 30 seconds, but what are the biggest challenges when a little girl like this seems to have just vanished into thin air and more time has passed? We're almost at 5 months.
Well, there's only a couple scenarios really that exist in this case. One, she wandered off through a door, which again is inconsistent whether it was either opened or unopened, and drowned in a nearby water, pond or something of that sort. And I have had a case just like that, where in this very similar situation that happened, or that a family member or an acquaintance abducted or somehow harmed her, or number 2, that she accidentally was harmed and they're covering it up. But no matter, I believe it is not a stranger situation. It's somebody that knows her, and sadly that she knew.